Depending on what kind of artwork you're working on, shadows can really make your artwork stand out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just grab a regular old oval, nothing special, and I'm going to show you some techniques you can use to create shadows. One is where you create the shadow by yourself, and the other is when we'll use the effect menu to help us out. So I'm going to go ahead and give this oval a fill color. I'll go ahead and choose an orange, just at random. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create my own shadow just based on this oval itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down the Alt, well, first of all I'll deselect, and I'll hold down the Alt or Option key, and then I'm going to click and drag on this oval. Now if you don't want to do that, you can also, let me go ahead and delete that, click on the oval, press Command or Control C to copy, and then Command or Control V to paste. All we really want is a copy of this oval. And I'm going to take this oval and I'm going to go to the swatch here, and I'm going to click on it one time to open up my colors, and I'm going to just grab this slider here and make it a little darker. And by the way, if you don't see the CMYK, you can always go to the pop-up menu and change it to CMYK or RGB or whatever you're comfortable with. So I'm going to make this a little darker. Then I'm going to take this and squash it down. So I just grab the top handle here and I'll move it like so. And then I'm going to go to Object, Arrange, Send to Back. So we have our first little shadow. Alright, that's a little nice little sneaky way to create a shadow. We can also, of course, go to our layers here, and we could put this shadow on its own layer if we wanted to as well. So we have lots of choices when it comes to doing things like that. Now, as you can see here, we have our transparency panel that we can also use, and we could take this opacity and drop the opacity of that shadow down if we wanted to. So that is one way to create a shadow. Let me go ahead and move this guy out of the way. This time I'm going to click on this oval, and I'm going to go to the Effect menu, Stylize, and I'll choose Drop Shadow. Now the Drop Shadow panel opens up, and we can go ahead and click Preview to see what the drop shadow is going to look like. And it's over there. Of course it would be on the side that's covering it up. So here is the drop shadow, and this is what it looks like. And what I could do is I could use this offset to determine where that shadow is going to be. Likewise, I can always change this number in here. So I'll go ahead and change this to 20. I'll hit the Tab key so it can move down to the next field, and I'll go ahead and offset this 20 as well. I can also change the power of the blur, and we have to wait a couple of seconds for it to take place. So we got a nice soft shadow, and there we go. We can also change the color of that shadow. So I'll go ahead and click on this swatch, and I'm going to go to a darker orange color. Click OK. Wait for it to update, and I can also change the blend mode. So I can have it on normal, and I can have it on screen or overlay or any of the blend modes. Now what you might find more beneficial is to turn preview off when you're playing around with these options, and then simply put it back on again. As you can see, for some reason I have never been able to quite figure out, drop shadows take a little while to calculate inside of Illustrator. So those are two techniques you can use whenever you want to create a shadow. You can use this on text or whatever you want to give your objects some dimension.